And you know what? We have Mickie James is going to join us in just 1 second. And let's go to Mickie James. And Mickie, welcome to Busted Open. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you guys?
Well, we're good. We're playing a little left, right, left. And I know that you've won. It's award-winning left, right, left.
Single of the year for the Namas this year. I was so excited. It's amazing.
So
what a pleasant surprise. What's up, Bubba?
How are you, Mickie?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Good to have you on.
Good. Thanks for having me.
And you mentioned Left, Right, Left that did win Single of the Year in the Native American Music Awards. And when is the album coming out?
We were hoping to put it out before the end of the year. There's one more single I want to release before we release the album. It's the song We Redid Pink Houses with Lita Ford. And dude, it was so great. It was like so cool to be in the studio with her and to work with her. So I'd really like to put that out before we put the whole album out.
So you got a single with Lita. I love Lita Ford, bully.
Oh my God.
I'm sure you do, Dave. I'm sure you swoon over Lita the same way you swoon over
No, what? I mean, I love Lita Ford. I grew up with Lita Ford. Lita Ford, I think, is single as well. So, I mean, I'm married, but that doesn't matter. Mickie, so how are you?
I'm awesome. Thank you.
So again, the album possibly coming out before the end of the year. The single is doing great things. I mean, how do you find the time? I mean, it's been about 5 years since your last album was released. How do you find the time now with your busy wrestling career to be able to do the music?
Well, it's just kind of a balance. It's more of like between being at home, being a mom, and on the road full time, and then just kind of juggling. I just write when I can and record when I can. Luckily, I recorded a bunch of these songs before I signed with WWE, back with WWE, so we've just been kind of slowly putting them out one by one. But I've been writing steadily too, so that's a good thing. It's fun.
Mickie, overall, how have you enjoyed your current run with the WWE as compared to your first run with the WWE?
I think that I'm wiser now, and I love my run now. And I'm just making the most of it. Honestly, it was cool to come back, and I was honored to come back. It wasn't something that I expected, so just to have that opportunity, and even hopefully to put some money in Donovan's college fund is icing on the cake. You know what I mean? So hopefully I just manage it a lot wiser than I did last time. I mean, so it's a different dynamic, isn't it? Because your priorities are different.
In what way is the company different?
In a lot of ways, in the structure and it's like, and now with the whole, the women's evolution and the movement with the women's wrestling, it's been really cool, and especially to come back and be a part of that. It's a well-oiled machine, as you know what I mean? So it's just, I mean, I love it. I love being back. I loved my first run. I love this run, and just to have an opportunity to come back and do something cool, and now pairing with Alexa and being able to, we have the Evolution this weekend with Trish and Lita, and so I'm excited about that.
How is Alexa Bliss doing? Because there's a lot of rumors and reports about her health. I mean, how is she doing? And will she be able to participate on Sunday?
She'll definitely be there on Sunday, and I know she's doing better. I try to talk to her every day. I know she's doing better every day, and it's just, obviously we all know this isn't ballet, and it comes with the territory. So as long as it's, what's best for business and what's best for her long-term health and everything else like that. So, I have no doubts that regardless, we're all going to be out there, and it's going to be amazing, and it's a pretty historic moment, especially for women's wrestling, and it's going to be great.
Mickie, with regard to the Roman situation, when did the locker room find out about Roman and the situation with the leukemia?
Oh, I didn't find out until he was in the ring talking about it. So, okay. I mean, I don't know what the consensus was I'm sure, the upper echelon and a lot of the top guys kind of knew, and his family obviously probably knew, but I didn't find out until he was out there. And I feel like that was kind of the consensus. And it was, it really set a unfamiliar tone through the rest of the show, I think. And it was just, it's just a hard thing, you know.
Can you kind of take our listeners into the locker room and tell us what your fellow wrestlers were feeling, how you were feeling? What was the overall vibe? Was it shock? Was it sadness?
It was a combination of all that. I just think that there was just like this uncomfortable kind of silence that was across the whole locker room and everything. And I know a bunch of people were up in Gorilla and all through the hallways or whatever as he was leaving. And it's super sad. And, I know he's strong and I know he's going to fight hard and I'm praying for him. I've watched my sister now. She's on her third, chemo through ovarian cancer, and it's a hard battle. And cancer sucks. Like and it's not subjective to who you are, what you come from, your background, your heritage, or anything like that. It's just an ugly, ugly disease. And so I'm praying for his whole family. He's got 2 little twin boys, a little girl, and his wife, and it's just, luckily for him, he has an amazing family and a huge support system behind him, and the fans have been incredible, obviously. And so,
well, we're all supporting Roman. There's no doubt about it. And you mentioned your family. I mean, what's it like being married to the NWA World Heavyweight Champion?
I know, two time. It's awesome. Nick is great, and we work together pretty hard, and it's crazy balancing both of our schedules with Donovan, and thank gosh for our family and stuff like that to be able to juggle our schedules and still be able to do that.
Are you guys on an average week, Mickie? How much time are you able to spend with your family?
It depends, honestly. Like this week, I'm home. 3 days last week. And then it depends. Sometimes they're obviously a lot more lenient with me, I feel, because they know I'm a mom and that, I have a family. So I'm not on every weekend of the house shows. So then that's a pretty easy week. It's just TV and pay-per-view if you have that. So, and then home by Tuesday. But he's in preschool too. So that's a different balancing act now. But he seems to love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, and just, being a mom and being a wife, that's a lot. And being a WWE superstar, I mean, your schedule has got to be full, and I'm sure it's difficult at times to balance all of those things. I mean, I do radio for 3 hours and I'm pulling my hair out with my family. So I can't even imagine what you must be going through.
Well, for sure. And I feel like everybody, especially in today's society, is working their butts off for the most part if they have a family just to provide and everything else. So it's definitely a balancing act, and thankfully for us, we have an amazing support system, and we tend to somehow make it work, which is super beneficial. But obviously, if it ever came to a point where that wasn't feasible, then obviously situations would have to change. But I'm blessed to be able to still be able to do that because of that reason, and so that's exciting. And then hopefully, years from now when I'm retired and, he can look back and be completely mortified at me or proud. I don't know yet.
Well, I mean, you have a couple of different things for him to be proud of, your wrestling career and also now your music career. And I'm sure for you, to win awards and for this single to be doing as well as the single is doing, and with the album coming up, I mean, that's got to be rewarding to have this second career and for it to be as big as it's become.
Yeah, I'm really blessed. I've been blessed because I have the platform. If it wasn't for wrestling, it wasn't for that platform, I wouldn't have been given certain opportunities, I think, like, to work with Lita Ford or to work with the Yin Yang Twins and to put out these, collaborations and fun things, or to work with some of the songwriters I've gotten to write with. It's just, it's very cool. But for me, it's just, I feel like it's a different outlet for me. Because wrestling is so aggro and it's such a, intense sport that sometimes, it's also over the top acting and creating these characters, and we can all, get lost in all that, and it's amazing. But then I feel like my music allows to maybe not humble myself, I would say, or just like get to the other side of me, or B side, I should say, or like just more intimate or personal, and it's a little softer and, sympathetic perhaps.
Mickie, you've been fortunate enough to be around two strong eras in the WWE for women's wrestling. Which one of the girls in the locker room currently, which one of the newer girls do you feel would have fit best in the locker room from years ago?
Oh, wow. That's a tough one. Probably Bailey.
Okay, and why?
Ooh.
I don't know. Because she's fun, man, and she's awesome, and she loves wrestling so much, but she's so down to earth and chill and lax, and she obviously wants to do what's best for the match or whatever, but she's also just fun to hang out with. I don't know. They all they all are very passionate about the business, and they were fans of that era, obviously, and that was a lot of their inspiration to, get in the business now. But it's just, I think she would have.
Who do you find that you have the best chemistry with in the ring of the newer girls?
Well, I've only really got to work with, I've worked with everybody, in a match here or there, but to actually do a program with, I've only worked with Becky and Alexa, and then gotten, as far as a serious program, singles. I would really love to do a program with Bailey and Sasha, just because I've only had a few matches with them, and I just know they're so good, and I feel like even in the a couple matches that we have had, or the 6 or 8 girl tag matches, we've had such great chemistry. And I'd love to do a program with Alexa, just because I think that at least our characters are so intertwined at this point that there could be a genuine emotional connection, in one's turn. So I don't know.
Well, Mickie, I know time is short and you got a lot of other obligations, but I appreciate the time today. I'm really looking forward to Sunday, and you being back in the ring with Trish. That's one of the best feuds ever in women's wrestling in the WWE, and I'm really looking forward to that matchup on Sunday.
Yeah, me too. I'm super excited, and to be able to step back in the ring with, Trish and Lita. I felt like I love Lita, and I owe her so much, and she was so good to me when I was nobody, you know what I mean? And I was fortunate enough to have her very last match in WWE when she retired, and and then obviously I have that freaking awesome introduction into WWE with that program with Trish, and so to be able to step foot back in the ring with them into the character that I'm now doing with Alexa and with Fox, who's so fun and eccentric and just off the wall. She's awesome. It's going to be great. I'm super excited, and I can't wait.
And how can people listen to Left, Right, Left?
Well, you can download it. It's on iTunes and Amazon Music, Spotify, Pandora, all those things. So YouTube, however you like, man.
All right, and
listen to it.
I can't wait for the album to come out. And tell Lita I said hello, okay?
I will.
When I mean Lita, not the one you're going to be in the ring with on Sunday.
No, Lita Ford.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Poster hanging up.
All right, Mickie James, of course, a big part of what's taking place at Evolution on Sunday. Mickie, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. And you guys have a great morning.
All right, you too.